All hail Liberia, hail. All hail Liberia, hail. This glorious land of liberty shall long be ours. Though new her name, green be her fame, and mighty be her powers. Though new her name, green be her fame, and mighty be her powers, and mighty be her powers, and mighty be her powers. In joy and gladness, with our hearts united, we shout the freedom of our rest benighted. Long live Liberia, happy land, a home of glorious liberty by God's command, a home of glorious liberty by God's command.
This story is about my very, very self. It was in Bangladesh I saw one beautiful girl. The way she was walking, my heart all the way upside down. As she was walking, her tumor was just saying something in my mind. If you want me, you can get me open, but I get problems. My house rent, my light bill, my decorating tuition. If you can manage all, then you welcome. I said, well, nothing wrong with that. Then her naked breast was just talking, you touch it, you pay no joke that business. You touch it, you pay no joke that business. I said, nothing wrong. Mama Winnie. Mama Winnie. Little girl. Little girl. Little girl. Winnie. Little girl. Go, Winnie. All right, folks, welcome to the show. Welcome to Talk TV Media Network. Another day 2 of election results right here at Talk TV Media Network. I have all my colleagues that will be joining me on the show as time may allow. But folks, welcome wherever it is, whatever time it is at your end, whether it's 10 or 8 p.m. in Liberia, it's 5:08 my time, Central Standard Time, whatever planet you are watching us from, whether you are watching on Earth, Jupiter, Neptune, wherever, Mercury, but I welcome you to planet Earth. And location, Liberia, where we will talk about politics, analysis, play with numbers. Statisticians will be here to discuss this wave of elections and what's happening around the country, your expectations, what to watch for, what to look for. This is where we're talking it all. It's a beautiful day, beautiful time. And this is where we will be discussing real issues. Welcome to the show, Comrade. Can you hear me? Prince. Prince.
Yeah.
You're breaking out. I mean, it's bad. You're breaking in. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what's happening. Sorry about that, folks. All of you that live in Liberia, you know how it is. Someone said, welcome, Mary. Cassava leave now for good alone. Yeah, but you guys remember that, sometimes when you tie a goat to a tree and a goat tire eating the cassava leaf and they start eating the tree, it's no joke. And that's small thing. When you tie the goat, then when you tie the goat to the tree, to the cassava stake, and start eating this, it finish eating all the leaves, and then it turned to the stem itself. The tree where you tie it, it's not good. And this is why the Liberian people have decided to go to the polls to tell those they have entrusted state power with. You can eat the leaves. You don't be eating the leaves. But don't eat the tree. We will not let you eat the tree. Because when you eat the tree, all of us will die. And what happening? And so the results is coming out. Results coming out of Liberia. Election results. What's up? Can you hear me now much better?
Yeah. You got me, CEO?
I am. I'm
Me?
getting you a whole lot better. What's up? What's trending from your end today? Talk to us.
Well, CEO, thank you very much. And let me say good evening to you and good evening to all of our many listeners following the broadcast around the world. Well, today, like you rightfully stated, is the second day after the casino battle here in Liberia. And targeting have already started in Liberia. I mean, specifically Mosurado and other part of the country. So basically, the trending issues are many, ranging from the electoral issues to other happenings within the country. So thank you for giving me the opportunity again to appear again to speak to the Liberian people on issues that have to do with the well-being of our society. This morning, 10 o'clock, I was privileged to have gone to the Liberian People Party, the Liberian People Party that is headed
Yeah,
by
LPP.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, Honorable
That's
Gonglo.
Taiwan Gonglo, right?
Yeah, Jawad Gonglo, he called a press
Okay.
conference this morning, and Top TV was represented there, and he in extend thanks and appreciation to the Liberians, most especially a partisan of the Liberian People Party for turning out to vote, and he also talk about a peace calling on Liberians, irrespective of our your political, ethnic, and social background, we should maintain the peace. Even though he acknowledged that his party, have lost the race and the
Hmm.
race is between the Unity Party and that of the CDC, according to him. But he considered that he had lost today. So that was some of the things that he spoke of this morning.
He considered Taiwan Gonglo considered that
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
lost the race, but is he out of the race officially?
yeah, that's why he said except on the local things in his party cannot make it, even though after during the press conference we were
Right.
not given the opportunity to ask questions because I wanted to ask him as to what since he has considered that he lost,
Right.
if there is to be a second round, who do you think he would support? But the opportunity was not given the journalists to ask questions about that. But when we left, and I
Did he
also
say
have the opportunity.
did he say he was going to come up with another statement? Because when you concede defeat, right? You one or two things, and I think they should have given you guys the opportunity to ask questions. Either he's going to support, or who is he supporting, or where does his supporters go next? What do they do if there is a second round? Even though that is hard to believe right now with the way we are seeing things unfolding out of Liberia. But that would have been a good thing if he were to give you guys, time to ask questions and answers. You know,
Yeah,
yeah. But that's a
yeah,
smart
yeah,
move to him from his side to concede quick. You see the numbers. Numbers don't lie, right? Numbers don't lie, and so that was a smart move for him to like, hey, you see what's coming out? We done. This thing is a two-man race between CDC and Unity Party. And we see it today. Today was day 2 of elections update reports. The votes are coming in, and we'll tear them apart here. Um, are you
Oh
there,
yes.
hello,
Uh,
Prince?
the
Oh,
actually
you get it, but
our
go ahead and talk
around the
because you keep
school and
breaking
out
out.
of yeah. The internet is just that here in Liberia. During the elections, I was stationed around this way four and that was described. Uh, that whole Saturday, I slept out, moving from polling station to the out and all of the
Prince,
places that
Prince,
I visited.
Prince, listen,
Yes,
you keep
yeah.
breaking out. Maybe can you log back out and log back in? Can you do that quick? Good, good. Okay, folks. So what happened? A lot of you guys are aware of what took place today. The NEC director, David Brown, and her colleagues, gave us update of 12, 12 counties, even though it's still minute, tiny, little. Yeah, we still need something better. When you look at the percentage of just 6.6% the entire country, or even today, as we heard, votes, people were voting in Sino, some parts of Sino County. Uh, because of the late arrival of election materials, and some of them, according to her, got drowned. There were reports, and we also want to talk about the EU report because a lot of the organizations that were out there to monitor the elections, to observe the elections, they are coming out with with their findings. We want to talk about that as well on the show. But today, the big deal here is day one. Joseph Numa Boakai started leading with just 0.22%. That was yesterday, and today is day two. Uh, he also has taken the lead as well. And for us here, we speak the numbers, but you have to see the numbers yourself. You have to see the numbers. Let me bring them on the screen for your viewing. So that was yesterday. That was yesterday. Just very, very little random pick by David Brown yesterday, 0.22% of votes coming in. That was yesterday. And today, this is today. Out of 5,890 polling places, only about three received, polling places, 392 so far, which is 6.66% of results received so far. The turnout is around 132,040 people so far. That is still nothing. This is a country of 5 point something million people, and you had 2 million plus that were registered, expected to vote. So today, as you can see in the blue, Ambassador Joseph Numa Boakai is leading with 57,862 total votes, which amount up to 46.27%. Followed closely by President George Weah with 49,510, and that percentage is 39.6%. Tewon Ganglo, Councillor Tewon Ganglo for the LPP, he's already given up, but he's close. But the thing is, Appleton from the GDM party, Edward Appleton, is very shocking. The numbers he's bringing up, we can't even see the ANC leader on that list. So close. So very, very interesting, very fascinating, folks. So let me bring it up here for you guys to see the counties that were dealt with today. right? And this is where we talked about don't be nervous. This thing has just begun. It just started. Just continue to protect the vote. Uh, Make sure keep your eyes open. Nothing happens behind the dark. People are still voting, and those votes are still being tallied as well. So as long tallying is still going on, tell your observers to keep watch. Tell your observers to keep looking around for any suspicious activities, folks. You want to protect your vote. Okay, so Bummy, you're looking at Bummy, you're looking at United Party carrying 5,555 and CDC carry about 3,152. The difference between there is 2,403. You all can see, those of you who are reading, who can read. But for the people who are listening to us, we have to say it. Bond County, 6,606. CDC, that was UP. CDC, 5,772. And the difference is 834. You see the differences? Grand Bassa, Unity Party, 2,801. CDC, 3,249. The difference is 448. CDC taking the lead right there. Grand Crew, 61. Unity Party, 1,002 votes. CDC. Difference is 1,551. Lofa County, 3,550 for Unity Party and 1,999 for CDC. The difference is 1,550. Margibi, Unity Party, 4,131. CDC, 2,987. This is shocking, right? Let's go step by step. This is shocking, guys. When you look at Margibi, I actually had a conviction or had a belief that Weah was going to take over Margibi, but the margin there is 1,144. The results that are coming in so far, very, very fascinating, very interesting to see what is happening in Margibi. Is Margibi going to fall for Unity Party? Or has it already fallen? Who knows? The numbers will come up. Only through the numbers, because like I always say, numbers don't lie, folks. Monserrado, the biggest of the big elephant in the room, Monserrado. Unity Party is holding close, very tight, with 13,896. And CDC has 14,545. Difference between them is 649 votes. That's it. And a lot of this, when you look at Monserrado, a lot of the report that came out of there today, the precincts, or was a lot of them predominantly from the George Weah stronghold of town. Because those of you that understand Monrovia so well, Monrovia is about boroughs, and those boroughs has a lot of traditional people, other people of culture that lean on each other side, like the entire Bannersville, Gardnersville, New Georgia belt, all of that. A lot of the people from Lofa, Bond County, they're on that side. So nothing has literally, being reported from that end so far. So watch out. Nimba County is beginning to really, really shock and bring the bombs in the room. They already have 11,930 for Unity Party, and CDC only have 4,220. The difference margin there is 7,710. That's huge for Nimba County. Nimba is turning out. Nimba is turning green, it's turning blue, my people. And not easy. Like Berman said, and not easy. When you can't stand the heat in the kitchen, you should get outside. That is the message that our people, our beloved people of Nimba are sounding early on. River says 1,985 for Unity Party and CDC 2,852. The margin difference is 867. Sino, according to what we heard, still got voting going on, and some fights, scrimmages still going on over there in Sino, as I heard today. Some sort of fighting between the parties. I will read that later because I got an email with regards to that as well. United Party has 745, and CDC has 3,839, and the difference is 3,094. As you can see, Sino, that River G, all of that area, that's the southeast area, that's the president's area, that's George Weah area there. So that is definitely expected. If he doesn't do better on that side, that means it's gone, it's slipping, it's gone. But this is just a minute report that just coming in, so no need to worry until we see. River G, the same thing. 408 for United Party, 1,321 for CDC, 913 difference. Bapolo, 6,122 United Party, 4,572 CDC, 1,550 difference. The total is what you see down there. Total today. That is the report that the NEC director, Deviator Brown, Madam Deviator Brown Lansana, reported today. I am still not impressed by this report, simply because at the bottom of this report, it says CDC had a 649 vote lead in Montserrat today, because that result was announced in their stronghold. Yeah, as you see, I mentioned that already. So no need to panic, no need to worry. The train is moving, folks. The train is moving. The rescue train is gradually, systematically, concomitantly moving. It's moving. The train has begun to, all the people, like I said last night, all the children that the train was accumulating along the way, those who were getting, the train is beginning to unload them so the Liberian people can see. But only time will tell. We say that in Liberia, TWT, time will tell. Folks, there's a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. I'm getting some information. People, people keep harassing me. What news? What news from Lofa? What's going on in Lofa? We're not getting any good news. Lofa, what happening to Lofa? I said to them, relax, enjoy. Because we have a parable that says, a small boy know how to run, but they don't know how to hide. We want most of the report to come in. Then when Lofa begin to dump for Joseph Newman Boaka, it will shock the world. So no need to panic. Bombi is coming. Bon, Malgibi, Monserrato, it's I don't know. I'm just going to depend on the numbers when it comes to Monserrato, the way they're going to come out, right? But you have to look at it, the strategy, like I talked about that last night, the strategy that the commission, Deviator Brown Lansana, is using. I talked about this last night, and I was looked at a little bit different. But then today, when I saw the press conferences that people were having and sending warning, then I realized people were listening. Because when you sleep, guess what? It's gone. You can't sleep. The delay tactics, that's going on. You can't sleep. The way the results are being announced, they're being cherry picked. Cherry picking from, randomly, just picking, and they have the reports. The statisticians in that room at the NEC, they got it. They know what they have. But they're manipulating, they're picking up stuff around how they can distribute and say, okay, we saw the wave that Joseph Newman Boaka was carrying, that carrying into the elections. If we mess around, we screw up right now, that big time trouble. So let's put them in a place where they feel a little comfortable. Let's act like they're winning. Then we calm the nerves down. But don't sleep. Nobody should sleep. Even those who are on the opposition side, the other political parties. Because if the people wholeheartedly can walk in the rain and places and cross bridges and villages and towns and cast their ballot, that vote must be protected. That is the only thing, the best One and only good thing that the Liberian government should do for its citizen, protect the vote. Are you not going to protect the vote because you don't protect the people? No. The people are tired. They are sending a resounding message. The turnout alone can say that. Okay. What do I have here? I'm going to break this report down for you guys. The thing that's shocking to me to some extent, and gentlemen, guys, if you no sleeping, somebody say no sleeping, my brother. Our eyes are open. Hey, you sleep, that thing go. Don't sleep. Yeah, you can't sleep. So if you look at the vote I just gave, Gonglo so far has 4,483 and with a 3.59%. And Appleton, Junior Edward W, the GDM party, he has 2,821 with 2.26%. And this is all the presidential. Okay, I thought I was on the Senate. And after Appleton, it is Kamara Senior Lucini from ARCO with 1,968, 1.57%. Then come Alexander Cummins, CPP, 1,932 with 1.55%, which is shocking. Especially, I'm talking about ANC and the CPP ANC. So I asked myself, was this a lost opportunity for Alexander Cummins? Did he not see this from the onset? When all the CPP came together, when they were all together, and they brought into the politics, oh, you have money, you can run by yourself. You don't need Joseph Numa Boaka on your side. Do your own thing, you know. Liberian people know how to fool you. They know how to eat your money. Liberian people are good at that. Especially when they know you have money. And they will lay on you and stick on you like a leech. Like a leech. But Alexander Cummins is supposed to understand that, though. That he's been fooled. Because when you're a businessman, you must do what we call forecast. Business forecast. What you know, 2 years down the road, 1 year, what it's going to look like, 5 years, 10 years. How your business is going to thrive. And this is his terrain. This is his area as a businessman, Alexander Cummins. You have to forecast. You have to compare the apples and look at it as in, if I use the influence of Joseph Numa Boakai and go with him and bury my ego and use some of my money, not all of my money, as the way he spent so much money running on his own, you know, and then the only proposition he had there to tell Joseph Numa Boakai, I'm with you, but I want to be your vice president. This thing is over. Long time. But it fell apart because he feel like he has money, he can become president in Liberia. Liberian people don't elect you because you have money. They will eat your money and vote the other way around. This is what's happening to Alexander Cummins. Is there a lesson for him to learn from there? Or other politicians should learn that too. Learn from the mistakes of others. Then you won't have to repeat that mistake. That's what's going on. Because he's falling. The 2% he had 2017, I don't know if he's going to make it this time around with all the money. And he really campaigned this year. He campaigned. So what he should have done was had that negotiation with Ambassador Boakai. Let's go. Let me go as your running mate. Then that will fortify his position come 2029. That's all he should have done. Stick there as a vice president, you know, and go through the 6 years. The old man was only going there for 6 years anyway. He's not going to run for another term. Then at that point, Alexander Cummins will be well prepared, well tested. You are that close to the presidency, the Liberian people can trust you and say, oh, he's ready. That's it. But, yeah, these people want to run politics. Huh? Now, what's one guy say? Everybody want to become president. Power, greed. But when you're running for it, you should strategize. You should strategize. Strategize. Let me look at Lofa County for you guys. Lofa County. The total turnout out of Lofa County that NEC has received is 5.9%. That is 25 polling places out of 424. So Lofa County has 424 polling places. And so far, only 25 of them have been reported by NEC. Right? The turnout for that is 7,615, which is 4.3%. We're looking at it now. I'm looking at it by county, county by county. This is why you need to tune into Talk TV Media Network, because we are giving you actual information that is legit. That's it, right? So in Lofa County, Buckeye has so far 3,550, which is 49.36% of that. And President Weah, CDC has 1,999, which is 27.79%. Kamara Lucini also is there in Lofa with 689. You know, Appleton is playing in Lofa too, right? Follow right after Lucini Kamara, right, with 284. Then guess what? Simeon Freeman, right, is there too with 88. Then Alan Brown, 79. You know, William Tudia, 76. Councillor Teron Gonglo, 68. Then comes Alexander Cummins with 60. That's what I'm talking about. Very fascinating. So that is for Lofa. So if you see the entire Lofa County, only 5.9% has been reported. So there is still a lot, nothing. This is why the National Election Commissions need to step their game. Stop frustrating the people. Stop frustrating the people. Let me see another area here. Especially for George Weah people, I will look for one of the counties that you're leading to. Let me see. Lofa County, Joe Barker leading. Buffalo, Joe Barker leading. Grand Cape Bound pools have not come in yet. Bummy, Barker is leading. Bong, Barker is leading. Margibi, Barker is leading. Nimba, Barker is leading. Grand Bassa, George, we are leading. Okay. Let me put that right there. Grand Bassa. Okay. So out of Grand Bassa County, hold on. Are you kidding me? Yeah, Grand Bassa. Out of six, it's only 6.67% of votes have been reported. Excuse me, y'all. So received 6.67%, and out of 405 polling places in Grand Bassa, only 27 polling places have been reported so far. And that turnout is 8,553. So that is the total for Grand Bassa. So by party line, President Weah is leading Grand Bassa with 3,249 votes, which is 42.04%. And UP, Joseph Numa Boakai, has 2,801 votes with 36.24. And Appleton is playing in that turf again with 49,493 and 6.38. Where is this Appleton guy coming? Nobody knew this guy. I don't know. Y'all knew this guy? Nobody heard about this Appleton. Did he even campaign though? Very interesting about this Appleton, Edward Appleton guy for the GDM party. I have journalists out there, but I don't remember this guy. he is doing well, far ahead of Cummins, even in Grand Bassa right now. So the Cummins factor is where the people are asking, because it was like Cummins is going to do a lot in Grand Bassa because they have former party chair, the late Brumskin, Charles Brumskin, may so rest in peace, daughter, Charlene Brumskin, is from there. So that was a plus. All those probabilities and those arguments, all of that was at play. But it is not playing. It's not playing in the numbers that we see coming. Right? So President Weah is leading Grand Bassa right now. Let me go back to Montserrat. Montserrat is where President Weah is leading as well from today's. So he's taking that seat, but it's not much lead. We're excited to see, curious to see what is going to turn like tomorrow, right? So President Weah in Montserrat, folks. Those of you who are joining us, I am attacking this county by county reports, the way they're coming in, county by county. I just finished the overall general, and then now I'm attacking county by county. So if you have a county of your interest, just let me know. Or you just follow through. I will go through all the counties. So for Montserrat, we have only received 4.08%. That's all we have received. And Montserrat has 2,008 polling places. And out of those 2,008 polling places, only 82 of them have been reported. 82. That is a lot to go. A lot of votes supposed to be coming out of Montserrat. And the turnout for that is 30,973 people votes. Right? What is Christopher saying? Yeah, Cummins, he said, let me see if I can bring let me see what is he saying. Let me read that. Christopher is saying Cummins' campaign messages were targeted towards JMB instead of campaigning to win. You're right. That is quite right. He spent more time against JMB than going for those major issues that could give him the votes. Yeah, you're right. You are quite right about that. I thought the same way, because those ANC people were just attacking JMB. I'm like, you guys are forgetting about the target. The target is George Manuel Weah. It's not JMB, but they were so much focused in attacking JMB, and they lost track. In fact, if we had one more week, probably the train was probably going to wreck them out too. In a way, who knows? I just thought I'd throw that in there. Anyway, let's go back to our Montserrat. Let's finish Montserrat. So we have Buakai came second as of today's report in Montserrat with 13,896, which is 46.23%. And then Alexander Cummins came in third in Montserrat with 559 votes. That is 1.86. That is still not translating for Alexander Cummins in Montserrat. That is still, it's nothing. And you see, so after followed by Alexander Cummins was Lucini Camara too. And then after that, the Appleton guy, Edward Appleton. Watch that name. This guy he's making some headways. Coming from nowhere, I wonder whether he spent money or he didn't spend money. People just went ahead voting for him. So if I am Unity Party, if they ever go for runner or second round, they better watch out for this Appleton guy. Let them bring him on board quick. They better hustle him out. But I don't know. The way things are moving, not quite sure. This thing might be a one-time switch. Okay. So I'm moving to Nimba. My Nimba people. Nimba has 736 polling places. Out of those 736 polling places, only 68 of them have been reported thus far. And that is 9.24% of those. That's what's been received. And the turnout for that is 22,879 people votes. The total for Nimba now. So that is 7.45% for Nimba County. And so in Nimba, currently sitting on top of the leaderboard is Joseph Nyumabwaka with 11,930 votes, which is 54.91%. Follow closely. I don't know if that is closely or if whether I'm using that loosely or not. It is your judgment. But President Weah is following right after Ambassador Weah, Ambassador Bwaka with 4,220 votes, which is 19.42%. And this is where Gonglo performed in Nimba too. And during our analysis, we thought, we actually analyzed that Gonglo was going to do a lot in Nimba. He was going to step up with 3,582. He came third so far. Thus far from today's votes, Gonglo is third in Nimba with 16.49%. And guess what? Who's playing in that turf again? Appleton. Edward Appleton from the GDM party with 488 votes, 2.25%. Then followed by Alexander Cummings. Very interesting, folks. Okay, so reverses. Let's move to reverses. Reverses, President Weah is sitting on top. He's sitting on top with 2,852 votes, 52.33%, followed by Ambassador Bwaka from the UP party with 1,985, 36.42%. Appleton is third over there. He's playing as well. Cummings fourth with 81 votes, right? So out of Sino has a total number of 105 polling places. And out of those 105 polling places, only 19 of them have been reported so far. Folks, y'all gotta like the show or share it now. Y'all can't just keep me sitting there and talking. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I need to invite you guys, any one of you guys who's ready to step in this game with me tonight. I'm dropping the link right in a comment section for anyone who wants to join tonight. Let me drop the link. It's coming. Just click the link, follow it. Let's have a discussion of the minds. You know, let's see. Let's forecast the numbers. It's very interesting. What do you see that I'm not seeing? It's very important for us. There's things that you're seeing that I may not be seeing, right? But before let me finish Sino. Was I in Sino? Reverses. Let me finish reverses. Then I will take a break. So yeah, Sino had the total of 105 polling places, and only so far 19 of them have been reported. Yeah, I did finish Sino. I finished Sino. Okay. Sino was finished. So what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm playing you guys a quick song. You know, I like these old Liberian folk songs. That's how I grew up. When I hear them, I'm so excited. This, you know, it takes my memory way back in the 80s. Yeah, 80s, early 90s. This were our days. So I'm going to play that right now, one of them.
Mami Bene, oh Mami Bene, look at Bene. Look at Africa Bene. Bye bao. Ah, Mami Bene. Mami bene ya nubo, nye ya to sewe. Oh mo ifina, ekamba bene mo. Na ya we, abo mami bene mo. Oya fina te we, abo mami bene ye no we. Go bene ya tu mai bene ya tu mai. Bene ya tu mai oh, bene ya tu mai. Go bene ya tu mai oh, bene ya tu mai. Bene ya tu mai yeah. People say, I'm a baraga number one. Mine na boga yete we oh. Bene ya tu mai, bene ya tu mai. Do my bene ya tu mai. Bene. I'm a barago. Never gonna we go. I'm a mi bene oh. Oh, bene. Lebanoni, Musa Bene Yake, Bene you, Monga yo, Mami Bene, I'm living for you. Never got Bene, I never got Bene, never got Bene, I never got Go, Bene, I do you, Bene, I do my. Anyway, one fine day, all of a sudden, I saw my Bene just walking. I'm a man Bene. Never got Bene. I do my. I'm a father never when we got to. Mommy, when I
Okay, folks. Welcome. So how you doing now? How am I doing so far? You cheer for me now. How about clap your hands for me? Oh, okay. You see, at least I got my own people. Everybody got somebody that can cheer them up in life. That's a beautiful thing about, all this technology and stuff, folks. But folks, welcome to the show. We are discussing elections, day 2. Election day 2. Here at Talk TV Media Network. Again, my name is Sam Gadu. Very much interested. I want to jump. Actually, not jump. I want to go back to Lofa County a little bit. Right? I want to go back to Lofa County a little bit. Simply because, let me see. FOIA. A lot of people want to hear something about FOIA. So I got to give something from FOIA somewhere. Yeah. Oh, FOIA. Okay. I got some information here from FOIA. But I can't wait to get the final tally for the entire FOIA. Very interesting. Because the reason why I keep going to FOIA is FOIA was one of the first places just a week leading to the elections where a huge election violence took place that led to 2 young men dying. They were brutally beaten, broad day, killed, inhumane, something that is not worth dying for. Because this is what I tell these young men and supporters. Politicians don't support politicians by laying down your lives. Because at the end of the day, they win, you die now. Your family has lost you. You're gone. They're going to miss you. But they're in government, they're enjoying. Right? What are they going to do with that? All of that. So don't support someone so much that you die for them, you will beating up for them, and the personal hatred. And then the next thing, these politicians sit on the table behind closed door in the middle of the night or whatever, and drink their knock bottles together and drink their liquor and stuff and laugh. But you, the diehard supporters, are there. You lay your lives on the line. When somebody try to give you a better life to talk about it, you hit them. No, politics is the exchange of ideas, selling of ideas. Me telling you and convincing you that my idea is better than your idea. That's all politics is. But we, the Africans, we are so charismatic and emotional. We take it so personal. When someone knows that you belong on the other side, you have become an enemy. This is not good politics. So 2 people died in Foya. That was the forces of CDC and that of UP. And 2 candidates, Thomas Fowler of the CDC, has a huge presence in Foya, and the incumbent, the current Senator Sakila Nyumale, running as well. So far from the report that we are getting, that it is not playing too well for the current Senate representative, not even senator, representative of Foya, Sakila Nyumale. That you know me, I'm not going to call the shots until I get the final tally, the final report from NEC. I'm not that stupid to come sit here and call numbers childishly. Yes, the political parties have their own numbers, but bear in mind, NEC has a way of manipulating numbers too. And when they speak, what they say is what's legit. That is what the people don't get, So from this town called Senga Precinct, there were 4 polling places in Senga. This is for the representative positions, running for the representative position, Senga. Polling place number one, CDC had 91 votes, and UP has 264 votes. This is just in the village of Senga. And polling place number 2, CDC got 92 votes, and UP has 246 votes, right? And we'll go to polling place number 3. Polling place, this is for the presidency now in that town, in Foya. Polling place number 3, CDC has 43 votes, and Unity Party 230. So polling place number 4, CDC has 60 votes, right? Number 4, and UP has 224. Very big margins when you look at it on a presidential level. Very big margins, right? So the grand total for that, for Senga polling station, right? A CDC had total 286 votes, and Unity Party 964. This is why I keep telling the people, when it comes to Joseph Numa Boakai, Lufa, just sit and wait. Let the numbers come in. Numbers don't lie. They will speak for themselves. Right? Right now, Joseph Numa Boakai is competing in the city, in Monrovia. When he narrow it down, then the rest of the country, when it comes in, it's a whole different deal. So for the senatorial position, in the same town, in the same place of Senga, for the Senate results, polling place number 1 has CDC 94 and UP 100. Independent 142. Polling place number 3, CDC 102, UP 82, Independent 130. Polling place number 3, CDC 87, UP 65, Independent 133. Polling place Number 4, CDC 77, UP 83, Independent 113. Grand total, CDC 360, UP 330, Independent 518. So that's Momosaurus. He's doing well over there, right? The Independent. So we go to the representative. From there, CDC, from that polling station number 1, from the representative side, CDC has 117 and UP had 246. Polling place number 2, CDC 127, UP 210. Polling place number 3, CDC 97, UP 212. Polling place number 4, CDC 83, UP 199. Grand total for the representative, CDC 424, UP 867. Very much interesting. Very much interesting. Very fascinating to see what's going on. And that is why sometimes it's not good to just jump the gun, but the people have their own observers there, and they have the money to run things, so they know what is going on, how things are unfolding, over there as well. You never know. You never know. So at the end of the day, though, whatever they all do, only CDC, not CDC, only and only NEC will be able to tell us. If NEC give the reports and you don't like it, based on what you have as a political party, you challenged it. That is why the United States Embassy today cautioned all political parties and political leaders, political heads, to stop announcing the results and wait and be patient for the results to come, because the tendency that has to do is a coup incite violence. Because what's going to happen is when you tell all your people you won, and then the results comes the other way around, then those people will feel cheated, that the system, something was wrong somewhere, and now people will take up to the streets, right? But it's clear. It's clear. And I hope the NEC workers, the computer guys, the statisticians, Madam Deviator Brown Lansana, I hope they are very much cognizant and very much aware of what this could be if they screw around. And I hope they have that fear of God in them to, we don't want to be the one to drag Liberia into another nightmare. As long as Liberians have done their due diligence, as long as they have gone out and in the rain, in the sun, whatever it is, and cast their ballots, their votes, our solemn duty as a commission is to protect, to make sure that those people are given the right path to victory. Those who deserve it will deserve it. Those who will lose, let them lose. That is what we need. That is what the Liberian people need. And that's all they are asking. Whatever message they are sending to George Weah or to Ambassador Buckeye, whoever that's going to win, it is a clear message, a clarion call that you cannot take the mantle of the government, the seat of government, and play with us and screw around and mess with us, or else we'll vote you out. We'll vote you out. It's not your cassava farm. Liberia is not your cassava farm. It's not your elephant meat where you can just go cut it on the side, you run away with it and go develop. You take money in a foreign country, wherever you go buy a house or somewhere in a foreign country, you are developing that country because you're paying taxes to that nation to live that comfortable life. Instead of doing it in your own country where you can live a much cheaper life, but very good life, comfortably like a king in your own home, that's it. That's all. Why can't we develop our own country? Liberia is all we have as a nation, as a people. So let's play fair with each other. Let's play fair with one another. When someone leave everything they have behind, their job and everything and whatever, and go to that polling station and stand in line for hours and hours, and finally made it to vote. When they vote, hey God, protect that vote. Don't screw around with that. Don't screw around. The commission, I literally believe that the next administration, if it is the administration of Joseph Numa Boakai, or even if it is the administration of George Weah, the election commission need to be a neutral body that should be elected into position, not appointed by the president. Because what that does is when it is appointed by the president, they owe some sort of loyalty to the government. Did you see the EU report today? The EU report, we'll play here tonight. We'll play it tonight after the show so you can listen. The EU Commission, the EU had over 100 observers going around the country just observing. In that report, they said that the government was biased when it comes to running to campaigning. Because one of the issues they pointed out, they were using government property to run elections. Government officials were doing that. And that was part of that's breaking the law, the election law, where you're using government of vehicles and stuff and government property. So it pushed the opposition to the point where if the common people were not to have the resolve to rise up, to really do, this thing would have been a long deal, long time. Because things were put into place for the government and its officials to run effectively, to run the campaign as much as they can, which they should not be doing because that's government property. That's your taxpayers' money. That's the Liberian people's taxpayers' money. So the allocation, they also mentioned about the government not providing enough funding to the election commission to enable their work. The smooth operation. They stifle them, they push them, play all those delay tactics, push them so things will not go the way they're supposed to go in a smooth way. And that is why most of you went to the ballot boxes, to the polling station, you stood there all day, and you end up going home, and you couldn't vote. You couldn't cast your vote. And that is part of the reason why ballot boxes were on their way to Sino, quote unquote, they got drowned. Because why? The commission was not fully enabled by the government. It's just 3-point-something million that it needed left. But the government has $50 million plus dollars to run their own campaign. You have 200 pickups running party campaign, while the police don't even have a motorcycle, or the baton one of the police it's been in their hand for almost 10 years. That's what's going on, folks. When you create the morale for the police, the law enforcement, you know what that means? Here in America, the police, they have power. They have power more than the army in America. Police can stop a military man on the road in his car, and he's going to comply and stop and give him a ticket. That's how much power police has. Why should people just say that? Police pull you over, my man, you don't get money. Police looking for daily bread. You take your hand through the window, you drop it down, the man get, my man, pass. Don't do it next time. Why? Simply because the security apparatus is not being funded and funded well. They don't have the morale. They need brand new boots, brand new uniforms, pickups, nice, good police motorcycles that can speed and run more than the small motorcycles that are running all across town. One that can jump from here, train them, all of them. Morale, man. Look way back the days of Talbot, Samuel Doe, all of that. When you see a police convoy moving, it brings the prestige, That alone can scare. Sometimes make the civilians to look at the police with a different mindset, a different outlook. You know, the military. What are we doing? Leadership is lacking. But the people have spoken. They have spoken, and I believe they have spoken well. I'm going back to my numbers. Let me not put my mouth into all that politics. Numbers is all I care about right now tonight. Okay, where are we going? Grand Jide. Grand Jide have a total number of 163 polling places, and nothing has been reported as of today. Nothing. Grand Jide. So mark that. And there are a lot of speculations that Grand Jide probably might be voting for George Weah. But we are yet to see that because they close down there, you know, with Nimba. They tie in with Nimba, so we'll see if they will do that. Sino, we attack Sino. We're done with that. Let's go to River G. River G has a total of 98 polling places, and so far only 6 of those polling places have been reported, averaging 6.12%. And on top of the lead bowl is George Weah with 1,321 votes, 64.1%, followed by Unity Party with 480 votes, 23.29%. Appleton is playing in that turf again with 103 votes, 5%. Lucini Camara is playing there too, 28 votes. And then come Alexander Cummings with 21 votes. Very, very interesting. Very fascinating to see how I can say right now, yesterday's report and today's report, ANC is nowhere to be found. They are not doing anything. Nothing. Nada. American men say nothing, nada. Right? How about Grand Crew? Let's go to Grand Crew. Okay, okay. Grand Crew, we have a total of 110 polling places. A total of 110 polling places. So far, there are only 4 polling places have been reported. 3.64%. The total turnout for that is 1,247 people. That's what that is. And so George Weah, President Weah, is sitting over that Grand Crew with 1,002 votes. That is 86.01%, followed by UP with 61 votes, 5.24%. You see the thing you see what I was talking? When you look at yesterday and today from Grand Crew, that's George Weah terrain. That's his area. When I see these people, I don't care how bad we are perform. These Southeasterners, they don't move behind each other. But when you go to our lower side, they move behind their own. Instead of putting soup on your side of the table or on the plate to eat, you take your own soup, you go put it on somebody else's plate to eat. Well, I hope they will learn from this one. So again, third place in Grand Crew is Appleton with 27 votes, 2.32%. Appleton is playing in all those turfs, counties as so far. And my understanding and my belief was either Cummings will be coming third place, right? ANC will be coming third place. But that is not the case right now. That's not happening. In Grand Crew, yesterday report and today report, Cummings only has 13 votes. That's it, folks. That's it. So it's not easy. Maryland, nothing has come in so far, but they have a total of 175 polling places. 175 polling places in Maryland. So I hope tomorrow something will come from that end as well. So our people will be able to see what is going on. What is going on in those counties, right? I think I have covered all of the counties. Grand Cape as well. Nothing has been reported. They do have a total of 213 polling places. So, folks, don't panic. I tell people this thing has just begun. I am just frustrated for one fact that David Yetter Brown is releasing this information at a very slow pace. And someone, good enough, one of the journalists asked Howard that question today, right during the questions and answers period. Why is it that the results are coming so slow? And she couldn't really give any substantial response to me. Maybe to other people, the response was substantial, but to me, no. Right? Because the report has already been tallied. The hardest work to me, the most hardest work was for those people that went to every precinct to count those ballots, those votes, to count them, stay there with a flashlight, torchlight, candles, and tally everything, and everybody sign onto it and send it to them. The magistrates send the report to you. It's a numbers game now. That's why the computer guys come in, import the data, verify and put it in, and just release it. But they're holding to it. They're holding to it. Even today, there was some technical different percentage problem when it comes to the representative from the report she made today. What is going on, folks? They're waiting for all the international observers to leave Liberia so they can dump the votes, illegal votes in. Is that what's going on? But the Liberian people are not sleeping because the Liberian men tired, they tire. When they tire. This thing, the way it's moving, the train. If you think the train has stopped moving, you lie. The train is still moving. The train is still moving until these votes get to 90% or 95 or 99%. That is why people don't understand that these elections are not like past elections. These elections are unique. They are special. Do you see the turnout? The young people? The young people turn out. EU report praised the turnout today in their report. ECOWAS, they praised the turnout. A lot of those other international organizations that have had their press conferences and reports and findings so far, they were excited. They were perplexed about the turnout in masses. And I can tell, even if it was raining, in fact, some part of Sinai was raining, people were still standing in lines, reporting. That's what was happening. People were standing in lines, reporting. Folks. David Yetter Brown, we need free and fair elections. As long as the Liberians have gone to the polls and they have cast their ballot, whoever they want as their leader, the least you can do is to deny them of that privilege, to deny them of that opportunity. Failure is not a disgrace. And that is why the democratic system is good for. When you are not doing better, they vote you out. But don't try to if someone is not doing better, you try to force them because of your own you take your personal gain, your personal interest over a national interest. That's what's happening. You cannot take your personal interest over national interest. You prefer to enjoy for a few couple of years whatsoever with few dollars, chunk of money that's going to be thrown at you. Then the children of Liberia are suffering no better schools, no better hospitals, no good transportation, no good roads, drugs, infestation in the country taking place. What is going on? I don't care how much interest you have. Every time when you do the right thing, God will always look after you. God will always shine over you. Please, people at the National Election Commission, Do the best. Do your utmost best because the world is watching. We want the world to say Liberia. Huh? The name Liberia, Liber. Liber means free. Don't sit over the people. Free. Exercise that freedom. The people have done that. The least you can do is to deprive them. Release the results as quickly as you can. Tell your people, let them step up their game. It's not gonna, this is a march. It's a race. Someone's gonna lose, someone's gonna cry, someone's gonna laugh. That's it, folks. That is it. Let me see if I can pull up the Senate over here quickly and see what Senate report for. Oh, okay, that's the senatorial report. Senate report for Lofa County. Let me bring Lofa up first. Then I will go to Nimba. This is a senatorial race, right? The senatorial race so far, they have received for Lofa County, 5.9%, 25 of 444 or 24 polling places. The Senate race. And Momo Saros, independent, so far he has 3,512 votes. He is sitting on top of the lead bowl, 48.64%. Colley Moses Colley, CDC, has 1,627 votes with 22.53%. Steve Zago has 658 votes with which is 9.11%. And then Galakpa Kotima has 629 votes. And then it goes down the line with Mohamed Kamara with 436 votes, Joseph Macaulay with 188, and Mohamed Masali with 171. That list goes down. But I'm just trying to read the top. The independent guy in Lofa, Momo Saros, is doing well. And I think he's going to win this thing. So far, that was a smart move on him. The politics that was played over there when it comes to the senatorial level race, I hope our leaders, the politicians, will learn, But that's it. But let's go to let me go to Nimba County. Nimba has the total, you all know, it's polling stations is 736 polling places. So far received is 9.24%. 68 of those polling places have been reported thus far with a turnout of 66,285. The results, sitting on top of the lead bowl for Nimba County is Prince Yomi Johnson, MDR, with 9,036 votes, 41.62%. And then the independent Twayen Jr., Nya Twayen, has 7,775 with 35.81%. Then Roland Duo from the CDC has 2,367. Let me see. I'm looking for, okay, LPP, James Halawanga has 1,197 votes. And then Lenso Pei Kokwe has 639. Armstrong Gobak Seleko 350 votes. But that is missing for how you call it, for very interesting though. I didn't see. I was looking, folks. I was looking for the Unity Party over there. It must be. Anyway, so that is the senatorial race for Nimba County. I guess I'm just going to be reading the first two or three. Let me see Montserrado. I'm very much interested in Montserrado senatorial race because I want to see what it's going to turn out between Sir Joseph and Wilmot Pay. Sir Joseph and Wilmot Pay. So in Montserrado, the senatorial race, out of the 2008 polling places, only 82 so far has been reported. The turnout is 90,365 people, 10.03%. Sitting on top of the lead bowl for Montserrado County is Sir Joseph Sir Hardy, CDC. He has 16,472, 56.73%. Follow behind him, I wouldn't call that closely, followed by Wemope, UP, with 7,479, 25.76%. That's Wemope. Then Victoria Tolo Kwekwa, she has 1,922, 6.62%. So everybody else falls down the line. That is for Montserrado. Let me see the next one. Grand Bassa. Grand Bassa has 23,939 votes so far that came in. And sitting on top of the lead board, the senatorial lead board for Grand Bassa is Finlay Bezonga with 3,646, 46.78%. And followed by, behind him with Janje Bigbe, CDC 2,561. And then Independent, followed by Independent Jonathan Kape with 721 votes. Yeah. Very, very fascinating. This thing, man. And how you say, Bon County has Johnny Kpehe is taking the lead board with 7,169. Then Edward Kafaya is followed by has 4,294. Margibi is very interesting. Margibi has 23,970 so far votes. And sitting on top of the lead board, senatorial lead board, is the CDC Nathaniel Miguel with 2,621. Right? That's 33.6%. Then followed by Bala Zeze, 1,807, 23%. Then PUP, Bala Zeze is for the UP. Then Yapuya, Yapawolo. Yapawolo has 600 of the PUP has 1,653. Very interesting, folks. So that is where I think I'm going to pause for today when it comes to these numbers. But I want you to bear in mind, folks, that Liberia this year has about 46 political parties. And out of those 46, there were 2,471,617 registered voters. 2,471,617 registered voters. And the polling stations were 2,080. Polling places, 5,890. A lot of math. I really do think that tomorrow we might be getting something substantial. If not Saturday as well. If the commission step up with their game, we might be getting some good reports coming in, and the percentages will start taking shape. Because the people are excited, people are curious, people went through a very tough election process. Uh, uh, the best thing you can do is to keep the hope alive. Keep the hope alive. The enthusiasm. If people vote for change, you give them the change, folks. That's what you do. They vote for change, give them the change. Tomorrow, folks, we'll be here at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's how we've been. That's our new broadcast schedule. That is 10 p.m. Liberian time. We are doing that every day, talking politics every evening, discussing national issues, global issues, national issues here from 5 p.m. Central Standard Time up to 7. And that will be 10 p.m. Liberian time, giving you the opportunity to tune in, to watch, to listen, to contribute. If you need to call in, and say what you have to say. In fact, for this next break, I'm going to put a number on the screen for those of you who want to call in and contribute. It's very interesting. For the Liberian people to hear from you. What do you think so far about what you have seen, what you have heard, the election? What is your observation? What's your opinion? You can call that number live. Those of you who are here in the US, or you do have a WhatsApp number, you can call in. Give us your opinion. Do you think that this thing is going to be a one-round victory? If not, if we are heading to the runoff, do you think the election commission is well prepared to handle that second round? We want to know. Are they? Because if this one is this tough, and now everybody's out of the way, and now it's between two people, what is going to happen? Are they prepared for that? It's going to be more chaotic. And political parties need to start looking in that direction, because guess what, though? With a wave of enthusiasm that the Unity Party took into the election process, right? If they win this first, if they don't win it on the first round ballot, first round vote, and they happen to move, you know who still has the advantage? The government, because they are using the government resources, just like the EU reported today, and the government equipments and stuff to facilitate the process. They are easy running of the campaign. Is the opposition prepared? Are they looking from a distance that what if, I'm just saying supposition, what if, are they prepared? Right? Because it seems like this is a people's revolution. For the first time for me, when the people who do not have money, when the people are struggling, yet they are putting their own financial resources together, supporting one candidate they believe in, that should tell you something. That should say a lot to you. And this is one reason why you should not hold their ballot or shift their ballot to something else. Don't do that. It's not worth it. It's not. Because this is the same thing that we saw here during former President Barack Obama's time, when everybody was chipping in to elect the first Black president of America. People were chipping in $5, $10, $20, $1,000, $5. The same scenario, grassroots campaigning was taking place. This was what was happening for Joseph Numa Boakai, because people knew that Joseph Numa Boakai doesn't have money. Not only knowing, but he himself said it. He said, I don't have money to run this thing. Oh, since y'all want me over there, y'all come on board. Y'all contribute, but I will deliver. And what that does is, when such a man becomes president, or he gets the mantle of the presidency, do you know what he will think about every day before he goes to bed? He will say, I did not get you on my own. Those people, They put me here. So I am forced to deliver. If I screw around, I let them down. It's not good. That is a sense of belonging that you have. That will be on your mind every day you go to bed. But if someone pay you to vote for them and you vote for them and they become, they handle that mantle, that position tomorrow, they win, they're not going to care about you because in their head they think they pay you to vote for them, that you don't deserve anything. But if someone doesn't have the money and they pay, they say, my child don't have tuition, but half of it I will take it, I will pay for the campaign here and send it. What that does is you elect that kind of person. They are forced to deliver. They are forced to deliver. That's what happens, folks. So when we see people, Liberian people are contributing their own finances, people in the diaspora, people locally, interesting, very fascinating. That should send you a very strong signal. And it's not only for that individual, but whoever that will come after that individual, they will learn that if the Liberian people put you here and you play around and you don't deliver, you don't do, they will kick you out too. You know better, you know different. So I literally have the feeling that if Joseph Nyaman Boakai wins, and too, let me say this. I mean, the opposition, not the opposition, the ruling party will not like me for this part, but I speak my independent mind because this is where we speak independent mind, right? If you vote the WLA government too, you know the mentality they will have, that they have done well, that they are doing good. Whatever they've done, they're not even going to bug. They're not going to shake it. They're not going to shift anything around. Things will continue just like it is. Right? That's what they are going to do. That is a message you are sending them to if you vote them into power. You are revalidating everything that have happened. The infiltration of drugs into the country, you have validated that. That they're okay. They're not going to do anything. Where they say that you should be your own security, that means you vote them, yes, we'll be our own security. You have given them that go ahead. Right? Where they say you be president with an entourage, every 5 minutes you can leave the country and go out of the country and go live and enjoy with our taxpayers, you have validated that. You have given them that opportunity too, through the ballot of your vote. That's what's going on. All those things that you don't like, when you put them there. And that is why you shouldn't sleep. You should keep your eyes open until those ballots, even those ballots that are still being tallied, those observers should not sleep. Keep your eyes, keep watch, call. The war room should not sleep. If there's any other thing for the war rooms to do, this is it. The people have done their part. The people have gone to the ballot box and voted who they wanted to vote for. Now, the party heads and all the party leaders, this is your time to work to making sure that those votes are protected. I am serious, and that's why I am putting this on the screen. Protect our vote. Protect our vote. Protect the Liberian people vote. That is the least you can do. David Brown, protect the vote too. The National Election Commission, protect the Liberian people vote. They're right. Protect it. Protect it.
Power is power. They can make you heavy. Looking like a crook, afraid to capsize. Kesavalio, Kesavalia, Kesavalia, Mama, go alone. When I pray for long fellow, they always pray for long life. As long as they're living, they're better with grow. Sweet, sweet, Kesavalio, no go alone. for 1%. It's a matter of time, Papa. After this, let's see, brother, did ahead. I'm about away. Never wear my way down. You don't be a woe. I'm about away. Anything you do, somebody will talk of you. You do good, you do bad, brother. Yeah, somebody will talk of you. Anything you do, somebody will talk of you. You do good, you do bad, brother. Yeah, somebody will talk of you. Hello? You drink your kid juice, the people say you are a drunk cow. If you don't want to spend, the people say you are still you, mama. Mother thought he was a man, and shot right down. Mother thought he was a man, and shot right now. The scene where you drop me down, somebody will pick me up. Si a lo le que me o, que cola la voz. See to you to me, somebody will do your part. The scene where you drop me down, somebody will pick me up. I'm a better way. Never come my way down. It'll be a war. Same thing you do to me, somebody will do your part. The same way you drop me down, somebody will pick me up. One day I'm a better way. Never come my way back to hell. Whoa. Same thing you do to me, somebody will do your part. That's the way you drop me down, somebody will pick me up. Mother thought he was a man, fine.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. The same thing you do to me, somebody will do it to you. So just be nice to me. The same thing you do to me, somebody will do it to you. The moral law of life. What you plant is what you reap. That's it. You cannot plant okra and go receive and go reap cassava leaf. No, you can't plant a banana and go get okra. What you sow is what you reap. See why the old school music good for me? I like it. I like it. The same thing you do to me, folks. Who is... What am I looking at? Are you in the dark in America calling?
Driving, so just I will be off camera because it's really dark.
Okay, I'm just about to wrap up over here on the show. Welcome, Eunice. Thanks for joining last minute. I only have a few minutes left. What is your impression so far about what's going on, the results so far in Liberia? What's your impression?
Good evening and hello. I'm sorry getting in lately, but right now I wouldn't call it an impression yet. My observation is what I would say is that people are celebrating from both parties, and that is not sounding good to me. So I would suggest that those who are celebrating, they should wait until we get the results, because if they jump ahead and claim that they have won from both ends, and I even listened to Yeke Koloba this afternoon saying that if the seditions get out to celebrate, he will bring his trucks and take his people out to celebrate. That's gonna cause confusion. So
But don't you
since
think? But hold on. Don't you think that comment that Yeke Koba did, it kind of stopped the other people, the CDC people, from demonstrating because they were planning to come out. And so if they come out, the other people too come out. And when they meet, they collide, then the trouble starts. Don't you think that, Yeke, right? Yeke is not going to take it from anybody like that. You have to respect election laws are still in place, right?
so so those are rumors for him. Yeah, okay, we saw him celebrating already.
He
So
said he
if
was
he
celebrating his birthday.
okay, that's great. And so if he celebrated his birthday, that's fine. We appreciate that. He made it clear to everybody. So we really want people to observe um, that we have election commissions there and let them do their job. We cannot go ahead to do the job for them. So each parties should wait not to escalate issues, considering whatever has transpired in the past few days. I would say it's best for them to please hold on, and then the celebration will come. Will go on after the announcement. Let's give respect to those who have the job that they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and for the sake of the observers we have there, making sure that this whole election will be a peaceful one. That is what I wanted to say.
Right, that's good. And that is our prayer that the election, everything will go peaceful, that when the results come, they will not be tampered with, that people will accept defeat. That people should realize that um, Mama Liberia is not for one person alone. If the Liberian people say your time is over, or this is what we want, or we want you to continue, once they speak, the least everybody should do, especially the election commission, is to protect, to making sure that they don't play around, they don't screw around with anything. And we don't want to put anything because there's been a dark cloud some kind of way on the election commission before leading to elections and stuff, right?
So, so what I would say in this case is to both parties. One person is thinking I'm the winner, the other person is thinking I am the winner. So what I'm gonna say here is that we don't know yet who is the winner, and then both parties shouldn't be accusing election commission yet whether they're gonna be biased or not. We have not heard any disparity in this whole thing. And another thing I want to say is that if the seditions did not make it, looking at the turnout of the Liberians, their expressions of disappointment,
Mm-hmm.
if they did not make it, I would say they still have other opportunities to come, years to come. Because why? President Weah is young. He's younger. He can come back and run another time. Wherever he erred, wherever the mistakes are,
Did you
he
hear
can
the
go
music I
back.
was just playing? I'm not cutting you up. Did you just hear the music I was playing before during my break before you came on? It's a power sweet. Power when you lick it is sweet to let it go. You tell yourself it's not. Who are you to tell me to wait? Eating or not? You when somebody you eating honey, you licking honey. Somebody say stop licking the honey you're licking. They will stop it. And what happening here?
Well, it depends on the opportunity that you have to lick the honey. But if you are licking the honey and you see a lot of beads on the honey, and you know that you're gonna get hurt or it's gonna harm you, you let it go. There will be other honey you can buy from the market, or you will be able to get. But what I'm saying is that there are more young people in CDC,
Mm-hmm.
and if CDC did not make it, they should go back and see where they left, where they did not catch up within the 6 years. I know because of the pandemic, they were caught up, or a lot of excuses could be there. But they
Right.
still have the opportunity to fix what they didn't do today. They can go and prepare and come back. They say he who runs from a fight lives to fight again another day. I think I might not be saying that proverbs correctly, but it's something like that. It means. So why not take a break, observe the mistakes they made, and come back? That's one option, opinion I have. Another one is if Unity Party did not win, then it is not just for them. It is not just their term. They were there before. So then they should have understanding that there are so many masses in Liberia, so many people suffering, so many people struggling to survive, that it's not worth coming to fight. It's not worth going through the hustle, the tussle to come and start fighting one another. There are lives involved, there are properties involved. People have struggled over the years to establish, and it's going to be too sad to see Liberia going back to where we came from. So, for peace sake, somebody has to accept a defeat. That's what I wanted to say. In game, somebody have to win, somebody have to lose, even in election. So the loser should accept the result, unless, like they are saying, they think somebody is going to play a foul. If there is any foul play, then, well, I don't know how they can handle that, but I think they could take the case instead of they could file appeal, they could take a lawsuit instead of them taking laws
How are
into
you
their
going to
own.
go to? And those are the concerns of the opposition. And part of the report that EU came up today, part of their observation was what you are talking about. Yes, people should protect the peace. People should restrain, be uh, patient enough for the elections to come up as well. But they realized that the level playing field that led to these elections was uneven as well. The level playing field, it was in favor of the government because the government should have, they were the one to have to set the level playing field. Number one, they were using government property to campaign, government officials using government cars and properties to campaign, which is not what was part of their observation they mentioned, not providing enough funding on time for the national elections. Samuel Toy holding on money, and he knows when President Joe Ria said tomorrow morning I need 10 million, he will make that money available, but he cannot give 3 point something million for the commission to function, and you saw the many irregularities and the challenges that the pool washers, the pool workers had, you know, that led to most people not voting. Why
So,
should why should our own people, our own leaders be treating people like this? The process, they know that the positions they hold, when they step up to do what they're supposed to do, right, the system will work. But why should they intentionally decide to stifle the system for their own self-aggrandizement, for their own self-gain? Why should they do this? This is not democracy.
so, my brother, what I want to say here is, are these allegations? Those are allegations. Are
How?
we
Why you say this? I'm telling you,
there are
report.
documents to that effect that yes, these are things that are happening or that happen, then there is an audit system. It takes 5 years, 6 years. Whoever comes there will conduct an audit. They can look back into it. That is how you can even raise money for your government.
If you think
Go
these are
back into
accusations,
doing
let me
an
ask you:
audit.
Don't you do you not think that the government had enough money to provide enough money to the election commission for an easy running, to set up for them to hire more pool workers to make this election so much better in a way where it will be better off, conducted? Don't you think that the government had that money?
I believe if the government had the money, they had allocations made available, they have budget set for that, and
Oh,
so they
budget
could
set
have
for the
been able
president to
to.
spend almost thousands to buy 3 million to buy a helicopter, though.
So I'm saying if the budget was allocated for the election, if whoever was responsible, election commission, if they provided if they had their proposal, everything was met, then there should have been no reason for them to say they couldn't reach or the people could not do their job as they were supposed to. However, if there was no money available, as they kept crying, we have heard about this government, they were always crying. Probably they don't have outside support or partners. So
That's
that
why they
could be
chose.
another
That's how
reason.
they
Yeah.
chose. They knew they had money. They didn't want any oversight. They didn't want any
Yeah.
oversight. That is why they decided to do that, right?
Yeah,
They didn't want any
because
oversight because they want to get money. They want to spend it however they want to spend it. That's it.
and that's a mistake if anybody ever made that decision, because I know
Samuel 12.
when President Ellen Johnson took over, there was a system set up. I don't know how many years is the system was to last, but there was a system set up. The U.S. Treasury Department really helped. They invested a lot to help along, I believe, IMF at some point. I'm not going to say that because I have to check the records again. But there were international funding or support that Liberia got to reach to where they are. So if you withdraw from receiving assistance from them or supervision, and then you are a young kind of you are young into this aspect of leadership, governance, then it means that you create your own problems before you even know it, because
So
you have to open
and
corridors to work with other
that's what
people.
happened, and that's why it keeps happening. So we just need to continue to pray to me to
Yeah.
see that nobody should tamper with the people. The poor people votes. The people have voted, and the least you can do is to shift their votes around to do anything fishy or funny with their votes. That's it. Don't mess with the Liberian people vote. The people are watching. They are being patient. They are watching. And if you mess around with their vote, those thousands and millions and crowds that you saw out when they take to the streets, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, and I would say people shouldn't overdo it. People should take things. Um, I'm not going to say take it too easy. Don't be relaxed. But again, um, I like to say it's best to fight this through the law. I don't know how we're going to interpret again about the law, what
How
we're
you
going to
going to
do.
say through the law, the justice
But
minister, or in the pocket of the president? The truth is, people know that. The justice minister or the election commission in the pocket of the president, the justice ministry, what you going to file, and they're going to say that, okay, your case will look into it. We'll set it up for 1 year from now before we start looking into it. All that frustration. Don't you
one,
realize that that's what people go through? That's how the system works. Government can be frustrating, especially when things are against you. They want to do things their own way. That's how they function.
unless for the people that surround the president. But for me, looking at the kind of person he is, I know someone and I were talking yesterday. The person is like, Eunice, believe me, if the president didn't make it, I believe he's going to turn over this power politely and move on. And this is what I said to the person. I said that would be great. At least apart from us having a female president, apart from us having a former president who is a female, Madame Salif, or apart from us having a male president who is in prison, at least we have one civilian president that is still going to live in the midst of the people if he didn't make it, instead of him
But we have one, Madam
being.
Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
That's why I said a female former president, and then the
Okay.
former president male is in prison with President Taylor. But if he turns over, he will set another example. And the person was like, this guy is good in setting examples. Like, he's just blessed. We got to say this. This is the fact. He's just blessed. God just blessed certain people. He put them in a silver platter, other than his peers. I mean, anything he tries, he's successful at it. So he gonna set another example if he didn't make it and he withdraws. This
It's
when the
a, it,
president say if he didn't do well, he can accept it and go back and learn more about governance and come back and be prepared for another race.
all right, folks. I guess this is what happened. But latecomers do not enjoy. So thanks for coming. My show time is over. I'm about to shut down over here, and then Folks, we'll be here tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is 10 p.m. Liberian time. So, what's your final word, Eunice?
Liberians continue to exercise patience. If you were able to go through the 6 years with no food, struggling to survive, and you made it, you can still make it. Just these few days, please stay hanging there. Don't get out fighting. Your life is important to you and your family, so don't risk it for politics. Thank you and stay blessed.
Thank you and stay blessed. Thank you so much for calling in. And folks, there you have it. Every good thing must come to an end. Tomorrow, follow Talk TV Media Network. If you haven't subscribed to Talk TV Media Network, do so, because we have been bringing the coverage, the election results, live coverage, front and center at the commission. So follow us. We'll bring it to you. Those of you who missed it today, we'll play it for you tonight as well. It's a little bit over an hour, but we'll still play it. The early morning people in Liberia and the midnight here in the US, we'll play it for you guys, right? But follow Talk TV. The only reason why the reason why I keep telling you to follow us, to like and follow, is when we come up live, it will pop up from your phone or your tablet, your gadgets, that Talk TV Media Network is live, right? So you can help us to build this independent network as much as we can, because people need to have an independent voice, someone that can talk for them. You know, when people are just one-sided thinkers, one-sided, it's not good. You know, but here we allow all opinions to flow. You know, because your thought process is different from mine. You and I could be looking at the moon, but we could see it differently. What I could be looking at is quite different from what you're looking at. Gazing at the moon at the same time, or we could be looking at one object and see it from two different angles. That is why Talk TV Media is here, so we all can participate and look at the government. Because when we do this, we help our government. Those in power will help them to do better. If we just agreeing, yes, I will say anything they say, I will say anything they say, zig it. Anything they say, I will say. Like you got no work to do or nothing else, just to, battle cry for somebody all the rest of your life. That's all you want to do. You see, big men and battle crying for somebody all throughout, like they got nothing else to do. Battle cry is the only job they have to do, because they want someone to give them $2, $3, $5 or something. We are better than that as a nation. We are better than that as a people. We must rise beyond that mindset, that type of society where you see the young man that's supposed to have his own house or his own bungalow, his own place with his wife and children, and going and working so hard and bringing food on the table. All he does is he leaves in the morning, he wallows around town, up and down, and he ends up somewhere battle crying. That's it. We're better than that. Think Liberia. Build Liberia. Love Liberia. I'm going to have to sing that song differently one day. I will not say Joseph Boakai say so. I will say the Liberian people say so. But right now, that Joseph Boakai says so. Think Liberia. Love Liberia. Build Liberia. The rescue train says so. Have a pleasant night. And I will see you tomorrow. Right here. Same place. Same station. Same time.
Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia, just like I said so.
till Liberia.